Hi, Namaskaram. It's a different video because it's based on a conversation which I had with one of our student. He's basically an engineer working in bank, and this is what he told me, fed up. Sir, I'm fed up. I've spent 4 years studying engineering, 30 plus papers, several projects, supplies. But after 4 years, I landed in this job, and for the past 4 years, I'm doing something altogether different, and I'm not liking all this. I don't know what to do. Please guide me. Okay, so this was his concern. So I told him, you have two choices. Choice one, resign this job, go and find out a new job where you can apply what you have studied. Because if you are very passionate about what you have studied and if you want to see its practical application usage, then I believe you are not a right fit in this job. Okay, so resign the job, try to find a new job where you can apply what you have studied. This was my suggestion number one. Suggestion number two was, consider the 4 years what you have spent. Consider the 4 years what you have spent as extended learning period. I call this as extended learning period because in his first 4 years, he has studied 30 plus different subjects papers. I'm not very sure about the number of papers. Okay, that's why I'm saying 30 plus. He studied all those without even knowing where he is going to apply that, without even realizing when he will see the practical application of it. But he studied all those, he cleared all those. See, in that 4 years, when you can study something without even knowing where you are going to apply this, or let me put it like this, without even knowing whether you are going to apply this or not, I think that makes more sense. In that 4 years, he studied 30 plus papers without even not being sure that whether he will work on those areas or whether he will apply those knowledge in his life or not, without even knowing that he studied that, he cleared that. So I told him, please consider your next 4 years of banking as extended learning. It means now for that additional 4 years, you have learned something really critical because you are applying that on a daily basis. See, just try to have a clear picture, no? That 30 to 40 papers you studied, you don't know where you are going to apply, whether you will apply or not. But the next 4 years, you worked on a job, you have learned some skills, and these are all the things which are going to take you to future years. It means you got a extended learning period, and try to take the coming days very seriously and try to learn what will help you to do your job at your best. Because you took 30 to 40 papers and you are not seeing practical application. But now you are on the job, and if you can learn something which will help you to do your job in best way, I think that is the best education. Learning something without even knowing whether you will use it or not is altogether different from learning something which is going to help you to achieve a kind of transformation, which is going to help you to acquire some skill, which is going to help you to do your job better. Okay, so I told him, see that 4 years as extended learning period, and now spend your time on learning new skills that will help you to do your job at your best. I told him, learn some new skills that will take you to the next level in your organization. Learn some new skills that will make you as better contributor, that will make you as profit center for the organization. That will make you as profit center. See, that's the problem. Many employees, they remain as cost center for the organization. It means they don't contribute to the profits. Yes, there are some roles that cannot contribute to the profits, but organization will like people who contribute to the profits. So if you want to contribute to the profits, you have to be best in your job. You have to keep progressing, and for that you have to learn the skills that are required for the job, that are required for the business. This is where most of us commit mistake. We are so serious about learning till our college days. We are so serious about learning till our board examinations. Okay? Guys, let me tell you, all those knowledge are book knowledge, bookish. You should gain knowledge which you can apply on your day-to-day life. You should gain knowledge which you can apply on your day-to-day job, day-to-day business. Only that will take you to the next level. Nowadays, qualifications, degrees will not make any value if you are not going to contribute to the profits of the organization. Okay? So never ever get into this tag that I am an engineer, I do not fit in banks. No. If you look at the top executives of most of the banks, they are either BTech, MTech graduates. Okay? That graduation didn't pull them back. Okay? They didn't create a stigma that I am an engineer, I am not a fit. No. Actually, engineers are best fit for banking, I would say, because they have such an analytical skill. Otherwise, you would not have cleared all those 30-40 papers. Now, what is pulling you back is your resistance. Okay, for quite some time you carry this that I'm a science graduate. Okay, I'm not designed for this. See, none of us are designed for any of this. Okay, we can mold ourselves. Otherwise, why bankers are taking engineers? In their policy, they should say our business is banking, engineers are not fit for this. They are not saying. But they give preference for engineers because they have such a good analytical abilities. Okay, so never ever get into this tag. Never ever feel like you are not a right fit. It all gets hooked with your perception. Okay, so in that 4 years, if we had spent time in that 4 years, if you had spent time qualitatively on learning all those skills, and if you had spent the time for learning new skills so that he can perform his job best and move to the next level, he would not have got into this. Because I know many engineers working in banking doing their best job. Okay, so it's only your perception. Try to change that. You will fall in love with banking job.